Hey everyone, welcome to another video and thank you for tuning in. So, by the title you can see, we are going to go test drive a Volkswagen ID4. It's a beautiful day here in sunny Florida, so perfect day for a test drive. So, let's go see what this car is all about. Alright, just from the outside, you can tell that both cars are pretty similar in height. You know, there's not a huge difference, and they're actually pretty close in size. So, I like this green wrap on it though. That is pretty cool. It's got a little chameleon effect on there, candy paint. Okay, so again, height-wise, it's a little higher than the Tesla. The wheels, you can see, these are going to be 20-inch rims. And this is the launch edition. So this is pretty good, pretty nice. The bumper height is a little higher. But a decent amount of room. Second row. Panoramic roof. The back seat, there's an okay amount of headroom. I think it's more than the Mustang Mach-E, but definitely not as much as in the Tesla. But it's not a bad place to be. It's still very comfortable, pretty nice. And again, my initial impression at looking at the car is it's definitely not as sporty looking as the Mustang, but I will say that it's not a bad looking car. You know, it definitely is easy to look at, comfortable, so you know, you're not offended by it, but I don't know that you're wowed by it either. So, again, I'll put the two cars here together. And you can see, they're, like I said, they're pretty similar in size. You know? And I guess this launch edition, is just maybe about 2 inches taller than the Tesla. All right, well, let's go for a drive. Okay, everything feels pretty good. And again, now this launch edition does not seem as premium feeling as the Mustang Mach-E did when I first got into that. And don't get me wrong, I realize that each edition will have its level of creature comforts and you know, soft touch materials and all that. But this launch edition is more of a, it seems like kind of a mid-grade level, where I think the Mustang Mach-E was feeling just a hair more upscale. Okay, now to put it in drive, we turn this big drive knob up here. All right, let's move. Now they have a pre-planned route for me, so we'll follow that route and we'll see how it goes.
And turn left again immediately towards State Route 60 West Shore Boulevard. Now turn left towards State Route 60 West Shore Boulevard.
Now the suspension is
Please turn
very
right
compliant.
at the stop sign towards State Route 60 West Shore Boulevard.
I will say that it does feel very soft and comfortable, so that's definitely a plus. Now this does not have one pedal driving, so I have it on regular drive mode, And I think I'm going to drive this like a regular car. You know, I don't have it on
Please turn
the
left at the
regenerative
traffic light
braking.
onto State Route 616.
So far, so good. Again, it feels very comfortable and smooth. Not bad. I'm giving it full throttle. And okay. It will definitely get you where you need to go, and the acceleration
Please turn
isn't
right
crazy.
at the traffic light onto North Lois Avenue.
The acceleration isn't crazy or anything, but it definitely will get out of its own way. So I think for most people, this will be plenty fine. We're gonna kind of go through the turn here at a little clip. Oh, okay. So there is a little bit of body roll. It feels heavy. I went around that turn a little hard, and it felt a little heavy, like it was definitely pushing. The car does lean a lot more than the Mustang and the Tesla, but again, nothing that I think you would
reach your stopover after a quarter of a mile.
nothing that I think is going to be, you know, turning people away. So the build quality looks to be pretty good. Interior.
You have reached your stopover.
Interior feels and looks very nice. Again, full throttle with a little kick down. Okay. Again, it's nothing neck snapping.
Please turn right and half a mile onto Northwest Shore Boulevard.
But I think it'll definitely get you around town in a comfortable way. Take a look at a few things here. Glove box, pretty decent. Conventional air vents. Cup holders, looks decent. So if you let your foot up off the brake, it's like every other car, ICE car I should say, you will roll forward. I really do wish that they had one pedal driving in this. Now what I will say is a neat feature, or the feature that I like that this vehicle comes with, is the power shade over the panoramic roof. The power shade is a nice feature, and it can stop anywhere along the track. So if you want it covered for the rear passengers, you can do that, or if you want it all the way closed, that is pretty cool to have. So yeah, I took my foot off the brake thinking I was in the Tesla, and it rolled. Okay, so to put it in park, you just hit this button on the end, and there you go. So I will show you guys the roof. What you do is you slide your finger on there, and if you want it to stop anywhere, you just hit it. So that's great. Continue on. That is a pretty nice feature. Now, also, I don't know if you can see it, but that little square right in there is actually your side warning indicator. So that's a pretty good feature as well. It's nice. It's very bright, and it's really in your peripheral. The interior is not a bad place to be. Very comfortable. The materials are, again, this really reminds me of like a Golf GTI. That's where I'm really sitting with this thing. You know, it's the Golf GTI of electric vehicles. So, well, not bad. Honestly, the vehicle felt well put together. it was a quiet, comfortable ride. Not sporty, just very quiet and comfortable. So that being said, I think it's going to do well. I think it is a fantastic vehicle to get people who aren't sure about electric into an electric vehicle. All the touch points seem almost traditional, like a regular car. And you know, the whole stop and go pedal buttons, the pause and play, pedals are kind of cool. The best feature, I think, was the retractable shade. That's always a plus. I wish I had it in here in the Tesla. But yeah, this really was kind of a neat experience, because now having driven, you know, all three, I really think that they're probably going to have a hit on their hands. You know, it's really the price, right? If everyone can keep their prices down, I think it's going to be a fantastic player in the EV market. Now, you heard this here first. I'm going to predict, and I told a friend this the other day, that we have the big three. We have GM, Ford, and Chrysler, right, in the US. I am predicting electric-wise, the big three are going to be Tesla, Ford, and Volkswagen. So that's just my prediction. I think they are going to be the major players in the EV market. So let me know what you think about that, if you agree or disagree. Now, don't get me wrong, I think other manufacturers are going to have electric vehicles, and they're going to, you know, in their niche, going to be doing well in the market. But I really believe, as an overall totality of total cars sold and all the different options and models offered, I think the big three players are going to be Volkswagen, Tesla, and Ford. So again, let me know what you think about that. In a nutshell, I think the Model Y, the Mustang Mach-E, and the Volkswagen ID.4 all have their place in the electric market. Even though they're all SUVs, and they all are very similarly priced, as well as size-wise, you know, everything about them, utility-wise and all of that, are very close. I think they're going to have such different consumers. The Tesla being the performance-oriented kind of person and very techy kind of individual. And then I think the Mustang Mach-E is going to definitely be the sportier vehicle. A person who wants the convenience of the SUV, but styling-wise wants it to be a little more engaging and aesthetically pleasing. I think that's going to be your, you know, purchaser there. And then the ID.4, I really feel like the person who buys the ID.4 wants what they feel like is a solid, no-nonsense, reliable electric vehicle. You know, so it's, and that's the way it's built. Again, I feel like the ID.4 is kind of like the Golf GTI, or the Golf of the electric vehicles. You know, it's heavy, but the heaviness isn't negative. It's more heavy in the sense that it's built well, kind of feeling, and it's a solid, it transfers into a solid kind of mentality versus, you know, heavy for just the sake of clumsy and all of that. So again, it's a pretty neat take to see these three vehicles and how similar they're trying to be, yet how they individually have their, you know, unique characteristics. You know, and again, I think they're going to appeal to three very different audiences. And I'm interested, I can't wait to see when these get to be everyday vehicles and there's so many on the road, how they're going to fare, you know, and if I'm right that, you know, that a lot of these people I don't know that would actually cross-shop these. You know, they may originally, just in the price point and thinking about it, but I think they're going to each draw their own individual type of clientele. At any rate, this was always, it's always fun to drive vehicles, and I love doing it, so you can see I'm always happy when I'm driving other cars. So, as always, everyone, please go to your car meets, have fun with your mods, and enjoy what you have. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.